The 7th day of the month of April 2023. And I'd like to thank you very much for joining us here. My name is Sijama. What do we have for you today? Empowering our girls through ICT. And this is to commemorate the 2023 International Girls in ICT Day. You very much know it's done every fourth Thursday of April in every year. That's this International Girls in ICT, Information Communication Technology, okay? So, and there we'll have so many girls that are playing a very big roles in that, and that's why perhaps today is mapped out to celebrate them all over the world. And that's why I told you that we are looking at this topic of empowering our girls through ICT. Well, I have two people that are supposed to be here, but just one person is just here now, and she is Engineer Happiness Akabike, founder, 3Gs Global, and a software engineer. She is also experienced in embedded system development and Google Developer Co-Lead Women in Technology Ambassador. I'd like to welcome you to Good Morning Anambra Studios this morning, Engineer Akabike.
Thank you. Thank you. It's nice to be here this morning. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the privilege to come here this morning. It's actually a welcome development.
You look good.
Thank you, ma.
Like your brain is compacted with a lot of knowledge. Okay, let's go. Let's see. You are aware that today is International Day of Girls in ICT. What exactly does that mean?
Okay, thank you. Actually, as you all know that maybe dated back like a decade ago, you know that the ICT ecosystem has been dominated by male folks, and until recent, when the series of campaign has been, erupted across the state to encourage our girls to go into STEM, that is to pick careers in STEMs, and by the reason of that, a whole lot of girls and women are picking courses and picking different careers in ICT. And
when you say STEM, what do you mean, please?
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Okay, just related course within that boundary. And so we've been able to break through to some extent by having at least 30% of the population of the ladies choosing career in ICT. So because of that, we usually map out days, like the one I did last week Saturday, where we celebrated International Women's Day, where we recognize the effort of these women who have broken out of this barrier to choose a career that was actually meant for men. They're powering and doing a whole lot of innovation in ICT. So we celebrate them to encourage them and to inspire other ladies who are still feeling that engineering is for the guys, or some who, because there are a whole lot of people that venture into this ecosystem, and then probably because of the technical aspect of it and challenging aspect of it, they feel like, this is for the guys. So they before you know it, they are going to other aspects of a career. So we encourage them through this medium to help them also showcase some ladies who are breaking through. I know of a truth, it's not usually easy to come into where men are doing a whole lot of things, and you feel like you're the only one in their midst. It's so challenging, it's so taxing, and things like that. So this is just to encourage ladies and to encourage other people who have that fear in them to dare to step into career in STEM. That is quite rewarding, because the world is actually going into STEM. The world has been taken over by ICT, and virtually all sectors need ICT to drive. So the ICT happens to be the brain of the system now. So we need more ladies to come in STEM, because from experience, ladies in STEM are actually doing even better than guys. We are not competing. Sorry.
Really? I love to hear that. You read engineering. Is it only when you are in this aspect, in this field of education, that you can be very useful in ICT? No. Are there other areas where you can find yourself educationally and then you do well in ICT?
Okay, actually, you can actually, for instance, as in the ICT ecosystem is for everyone who is interested, who is passionate, because it's an innovative system where you
even
come
as a lawyer,
as
or
a lawyer,
medical
as a medical doctor. Once you have interest, it's fun. It's fun to do it. So it's not like it's for those who read computer science, computer engineering, and the rest of them. No, it's for everyone. Even you can come into it.
Really?
Exactly.
That's good. Okay, and how will you assess the girls' participation in this ICT? I know what happened the other time that we had these young girls from Regina Pache that went out and made us very proud. And then since then, it's like we have not heard anything. Are there things going on in the background? Otherwise, how will you assess the number of girls that are participating in this?
Actually, like I rightly said, the ICT ecosystem need more mentors and people inspiring the girls, because everything you see happening around there it comes from inspiration. You know, women, normally the way women are created, women are usually being inspired. They are turned on by what they see. Like, I've seen someone, like, for instance, now, I've seen someone doing well in something. I want to choose the person as a role model. I'll be like, if this person could excel in this career, I should be able to do it. So what I'm trying to say is that we need the effort of the parents, one, because for the girls from Regina Pache, it depends on the school, the parents, and the mentors they got, because everything about this boys ran around the mentors, people in charge, people encouraging them, people pushing them. So we actually need people who can come up or give privilege and opportunity for ICT experts who could be an inspiration to these people, who their voice could actually be heard by the parents, that when you come to school and speak to the school authorities or speak to the parents, give us these girls, let's train them, because it's not just training them, it's about empowering them, because those ladies were actually empowered. They were empowered, they were given laptops, they were given a whole lot of tools for training and practice before they were able to go and then emerge. So it boils down to empowerment. So we need more empowerment, especially in the aspect of doing more enlightenment to the parents to enable them come up as in buy the idea. Because sometimes when you come to some parents and you are telling them, let's train these ladies, buy laptop, buy this, buy that, they'll be like, it's so expensive. After paying school fees and a whole lot of that, I don't have that money. My child is going to do medicine and surgery, and my child is going to read nursing. After doing computer, what else? Is he going to do that? And let her concentrate. So we need more sensitization to carry the parents along, so that the parents will understand that this aspect of career is, the ladies also need it, even need it more. Somebody like me, I want to use myself as an instance. When I was growing up in secondary school, I wanted to do medicine and surgery. In fact, my first choice when I wrote my JAM was, I filled pharmacy, medicine and surgery. Then after that, when I was warming up as, I want to be a medical doctor, but I realized that inside of me, I am that lady that loves innovation. I love to create things. I love to make things happen. I love mathematics. I love physics, chemistry. These are the aspects of subject that I drive with. So after undergoing some kind of counseling, the woman counseling me was like, after interrogating me, was like, don't you think you would drive even better in STEM? How are you seeing? I said, what do you mean by that? I said, can't you pick a career in computer science? She started talking sense into me. That was far back 2005. I was like, career? I said, yes, because the world is revolving towards ICT. And as I see you, you look like one who will drive well in it. That was how I got into ICT, through that mentorship. So what I'm trying to say, the ladies need mentors. They need to be talked to, because you see a whole lot of them picking different careers. They picked it because probably their parents say, go and do medicine for me. Do nursing for me. Go and do pub admin for me. So I think we need a whole lot of collaboration to get these girls.
Encouragement, inspiration.
Yes.
And what else are we missing? Empowerment. Okay, yes. Okay, talking about this, I know that just yesterday, the Governor Charles Soludo, through the SSG, presented about 200 computers to civil servants, just to help us, gear towards this ICT, because as you have heard it, the world is revolving towards that. So if you don't fit in, then you'll be drop off. Let's quickly look at that now before we continue.
We at the ICT agency, we are very elated to be at the forefront of this initiative to drive digital adoption in Mr. Governor's administration. And to achieve this lofty objective, we go and live by the mantra of Mr. Governor, which is everything technology and technology everywhere.
On behalf of Mr. Governor, the Solution Governor, Professor C.C. Soludo, CFR, I think we can actually begin involving the digital governor. Our solution is here. I'd like to present to you your own working tool, ICT, which, if you like, begins the distribution of these ICT laptops to the rest of the civil servant. Congratulations.
I would interest everyone here to note that the new public service rules has actually provided that there should be a shift from paper service to digital service. So we are grateful to Mr. Governor for giving us this opportunity to transit to e-government and e-service in Anambra State.
I am Professor Philip Phelan, the MD CEO, Anambra State Erosion Watershed and Climate Change Agency. I'm very happy today that our governor, Professor C.C. Soludo, is not just a physical solution governor. Today he has demonstrated that he's a digital solution governor. With the distribution of these laptops and desktops, has streamlined Anambra State governance into the global digital infrastructure.
Today, we are very happy to have been called to realize the manifesto of Mr. Governor, Mr. Solution. Solution is here. We have been given this package. It is a digital package to digitalize the workforce, the Anambra State Civil Service. This is the height of the dreams of the civil servants who indeed have cried out to Mr. Solution, Professor Charles to enable us to be digitalized. Right now, every civil servant will be connected to the workforce to have a global workforce and digital system within the civil service of Anambra State to enable this efficiency and to align with the manifesto of Mr. Solution, technology, everything and everything, technology.
Okay, welcome back. It is still Good Morning Anambra in our discussion segment where we are looking at empowering our girls through ICT to commemorate the 2023 International Girls in ICT Day. That's exactly what we are cut out for this morning. I started talking with engineer Happiness Akabike, and right about now, Another beautiful lady has joined me. It's the Girls' Day, so no man here. We are all girls, girls, girls. Okay, she is Chidima Oramalo, Chief Executive Officer, Sunshine Agro and Stores. Welcome, Chi.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, it's good to have you here, at least to blend these dark colors in. That's why you have to stay at the center.
Interesting.
Okay, welcome. Yeah, before you came in, we started talking about the day proper, what it is all about, and why is it necessary to empower the girl child ICT-wise.
Okay, we live in the digital era, and I keep saying it. I think the girl child is most favored in this era because at the comfort of your house, you can be able to do a lot of things with your mobile gadget, with your ICT stuff, and still make a living out of it. The world gets to know you through what you have at your palms. So I see it as a very veritable time for our girls to do all the prior they could have done. They could not be able to do it. So the ICT era is meant for the girl child to explore, expand, and take the world to the next stage. The world should hear about us, you know. So it's very, very important, and United Nations in its wisdom carved out a particular day to celebrate it. The celebration is not all about that we have arrived. It's to bring awareness, because the participation of women in digital activities, STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics is actually very low. So they try to tell us how we're going to harness this opportunity and bridge the gap of gender equality, make take economic advantage, improve our living, and do all sorts of things using the digital technology. So it's an important day.
Women are usually taken care of in this side of the world. They say that as a woman, you don't need to bother yourself or to stress yourself, because your parents will take care of you. After that, it gets to you get married and gets to your husband so much, he starts taking care of you. And why do you think you need this? Are you trying to be independent of the natural way that he has planned for girls? Why do you think we need this? Okay, let me get back to you, Happiness.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Actually, we need it because the male folks, they are actually trying in ICT, but they cannot really drive alone. There is this uniqueness and creativity that women comes with. There is this uniqueness and creativity that women comes with. So that is why if you see that most of the things, even at home, whatever you give a woman to manage, she usually manages it effectively. So she multiplies it. So the world actually needs women to come into tech, to diversify what the man is doing, to even do it better, and then innovate. Women are good at innovation. They should innovate. They should think critically and then create even better things. Of course, they are. From the 30% that have already joined the ICT ecosystem, you can see that a whole lot of technologies have emerged within a short space of time. So what the ladies or the girls child need is just empowerment and opportunity, just like maybe the ones that have dared themselves to come into the ecosystem should be given the privilege to be empowered. One should be given the opportunities to, to be used at state level, national level, to motivate others. You understand? They should be trusted with leadership position where they can come in to showcase their expertise, then talk about this thing, inculcate it into what they're doing, and thereby motivate other women to come into the sector.
Okay, what exactly can a woman, a young girl, okay, the girl child there, do? How far can a girl child go in ICT? Do you have any kind of limitation?
There's no limitation in what a girl child can do using ICT. The lady here, I remember when I went to a Faith Foundation, she was one of our facilitators, and she's my teacher. I must acknowledge her. And she's, of all the facilitators we have then, she's one of the best that we have in a 3-month course we had with Faith Foundation. So now you're looking at it, girls have have this the special grace that whatever they put their hand, they explore with it. They make it better than it used to be. So when you talk of limitation, there's no single limitation. I keep saying it. It is our time. It is our time using the technology to bridge every gap that we have lost. Because it's not even that stressful. A lot of things you get to do, most times you have to be indoors. And those things you do indoors, get money, most things you do indoors, innovate and solve problems. We're not talking about physical strength here. It's all about using your brain and putting your hands probably in your computer to do a lot of things. So there is no single limitation. It's just somebody who is not ready to utilize the error.
Somebody who is not ready to utilize the error, otherwise you don't have any limitation that you're a girl. It's like you wanted to say something, you wanted to add something to that.
Okay, like in addition to what she said, girls has no limitation in ICT. In as much as ICT is concerned, ICT has no limitation. Like I rightly said before, that ICT is a field that evolves on a regular basis. Every morning when we wake up, we see new technology emerging by the reason of what software engineers, software developers are doing. So there's no limitation to what girl child can do in the field of ICT. In fact, from one of my mentors in this field now is, in fact,
I was going to ask you who inspired you.
Okay.
Because you had wanted to do pharmacy and medicine, and then you find yourself doing engineering.
At least, like I mentioned that somehow. I said I went to counsel when at the verge of after filling my JAM form. So after the counseling, the woman was like, the way I'm seeing you are technically inclined, and you will do better in the field of ICT. That was the initial inspiration I had. At first, I didn't have mentor, but I knew I was inspired that I'm going to do it. And for my love for mathematics, STEM, and the rest of that. And also, I was one of the member of JET Club in my school then, where Junior Engineering Technology Club, where we come together, solve mathematics.
Even when you are warming up for medicine?
Yes, when I was in secondary school, while I was warming up for medicine, I was a member of JET Club. So all of those things put together, I realized that yes, even me, as I know myself inward, I know that I have a calling in that aspect, and which I have actually realized as I follow that field. Like I was saying, that the girls we have now need mentors. They need counselors, irrespective of what your mom or your dad is telling you. Like, I want you to go and read nursing for me. Like some women, like one of the girls I was interacting with the other time said, my parents siphoned me to go and do. So most parents will come and siphon their children and be like, do this for me. The person, this social person is doing this and is doing well and things like that, without actually checking if that child has competence in that field. So I think the first thing we should do is let's raise mentors. Mentors in the capacity of people that are already doing well in that field, who will serve as a motivation to these ladies. We should give them opportunity to function at state level, national level, in all capacities. Let them be showcased to these girls, so that these girls will now see that if this one can do, through their story, because all of these things start through storytelling. Through their story, the girls will be inspired, they'll be motivated, they will dare their obstacles and then bridge those gaps in technology.
Oh, thank beautiful. You wanted to say something too?
Yeah, adding to mentors. Mentors are good in all fields. Like myself, I didn't even read engineering. I didn't read anything that has to do with engineering. Because ICT is not limited to app development, software development and all that. We in the digital marketing and news medias and all that, these are ICTs. ICT comprises of every aspect of life. So is when you choose a particular field in ICT that you want to measure, then look out for mentors, like happiness and all that will inspire you to do what you're doing, because people like us that do not even go into we're not science students, but today we're using technology to drive our life and drive the society to better. So open up yourself, girls, and you see limitless opportunities in your field.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go out and talk to some people on the street. So when we return, we'll start looking at what exactly a girl child can do applying ICT to make sure that she is comfortable, and then she can drive her vision. Okay, the street walk now.
I don't really see a reason why we are restricting females to just normal fashion trading or whatever. ICT is for everybody. If you are not into ICT now, you are not like living in the present. There's forex trading, there's Web3, there's even Chat GPT coming up soon, like AI. There's the chatbot and all of that. So the space is meant to be explored by both genders. I don't see any reason for gender discrimination in regarding tech. For instance, right now, if you are restricting to just male, you are getting a certain amount of outcome at the end of the day. But when it's both male and females, your outcome will obviously increase. So it's that simple. Growth will be increased. Job opportunities itself to an extent will be increased.
Parents should encourage their girl's child to do anything they want to do. It depends on the individual. It depends on the girl. If she wants to do something like that, she can do it. If she wants to do an engineering, she can do it. If she can do the mass communication, any department at all she fits in, she wants to do, let her do it. So it depends on the individual. If she has the courage to do something like that, she can do it. She can as well do it.
First of all, exposing a girl's child to that, give her self-identity, right? It's a legal job. It also helps her, in doing what we call a creativity. Because for someone that works there, earn a meaningful earning, unlike the ones that they indulge in prostitution. So it gives her that self-identity, gives her dignity.
We should encourage our students to study computer in schools, like data processing as a subject. Then next is after school. Not after school you take the person to go and learn skills. Maybe after school they should go into ICT training, learning how to make use of the computer system, how to operate the system, learning how to make use of the system to make money, internet resources like that, and not only Facebooking and WhatsApping.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Well, there's a lot you can do with internet, not just Facebooking and WhatsApping. That's what I took home from the young girl that spoke last. Okay, and then that's another thing that she suggested, that you don't wait for these children to finish school and you start asking them to go and learn computer, go and learn this and go and learn that. Is there any way we can inculcate ICT into education? I think we'll have something like that, but then to split it like data processing and a whole lot of things so that you will come out a ready-made person, okay? And not just looking for who to coach you into that. Let me come to you, Ma, before I get back to her.
Okay, it's unfortunate that many schools, they have computers. I know government in the past has provided sets of computer hardware to schools, but the problem is, do we have teachers? Not just a computer teacher that comes to the class and just teach theoretically and go away. Now, ICT is beyond typing with your laptop. It's practically diversifying into data processing, data analysis, web development, digital marketing, and stuff like that. Do we have experts that go into our secondary schools to unleash this knowledge to our young ones? You know, one problem with Nigeria is that we have designed schools in such a way that when you finish school, when you finish secondary, you go to university, and when you come out, you are looking for a job. So we have not designed schools to make sure that we are trying to equip you that you come out and create a job. Now, there should be a way, and that way is schools, the people that have practical knowledge in this ICT field, either the government or community level, should have a time, maybe once in a week or something, or as we are celebrating International Day, to expose girls, expose young people to digital skills. Even if we just start with gadgets. I was just discussing with a friend yesterday. I told him that if you go to some remote part of Anambra, I'm very sure that 80% of the young people we see there may not actually have pressed computer for the first time. And when they come out from secondary school, it looks strange to them. You understand? It looks actually strange to them. But if we start on time, if we start like not about telling people data processing is this, writing it on the board. Practically, since we have computers in our secondary school, what we need now is teachers that will actually do the right thing. Enough fall back to the government.
All right. Now, first back to the government, but when you were talking, Engineer Happiness, you mentioned that motivation and encouragement should first of all come from the home. Okay, that's from the parents, and then you also mentioned the need to have a role model whereby the children will see who to look up to, who has gone through this and has succeeded, and then they look up to that person wanting to be like the person. Apart from this now, how else do we find out whether a child, a girl child for that matter, because we are here for the girls today, whether a girl child has interest in ICT? Okay, because everybody might not really want to go that direction. So how do you discover a girl that you could, that's the way they discovered you?
Okay, thank you, ma. I want to come in from the angle of ICT itself is divided into two. Let me divide it into two.
Okay.
The coding and the non-coding. Then when you talk of the coding aspect of, the non-coding aspect of ICT, virtually everybody needs it. The non-coding aspect of ICT boils to the digital marketing, which is the content writing. Even if you are not an IT professional or maybe you're a blogger, you should know a bit of content writing because you should know a bit of search engine optimization, you should know a bit of ad marketing and all of those things. These are aspects of ICT that everybody virtually needs. So for you to know if a child, obviously, I've not seen a child that you gave computer and the child is not interested in learning. What you ask me now is, what aspect of that ICT will the child drive well? Discovering the aspect of the ICT that the child will drive well. You can actually be an IT person and then still pursue your dream. Somebody like me, nothing has stopped me from becoming a medical doctor tomorrow. Nothing has stopped me from becoming a lawyer tomorrow. I have all of those things in mind that maybe tomorrow, sometime I will also become a lawyer and become a medical doctor. The world is an open check where someone can learn unlimitlessly. So, like you asked, how do we discover if a child has interest in ICT? I want to draw it back to how we need to know if these are teachers understand this ICT. Do they know it? Can you really advise someone on what you don't know?
Because you don't,
before you can advise someone or mentor someone or direct someone, you must know some rudimentary aspect of that thing. So that when you're talking to the person, you're talking to the person from, at least from experience, from knowledge, and the person will flow. So, which is boiling down to what she said, that the first thing is what? I think schools, government should partner with ICT experts to, one, train the teachers. Let the teachers be trained, and the ICT should be incorporated into the curriculum. So that it, like I was mentored by an Indian man was one that first trained me on software implementation and deployment. From my interaction with them, I realized that Indians make their money from IT. Bulk of their money come from the IT.
Yes.
And if you come to every Indian family, virtually everybody, father, mother, all the children, they are all IT professionals. Because now in the system, you realize that the way we value mathematics and English here is the way the government of India value ICT. So it has to come from the government, partnering with the right professionals who understand this to go and train the teachers. Train the teachers, mentor the teacher, not just training them. Mentoring them, it's not just about giving out those laptops. Placing professionals, experts that will follow suit to ensure that this laptop is properly utilized.
I was actually going to ask you, how about employing teachers that are ICT driven, not just getting a teacher that is teaching religion or whatever and then trying to teach the person, maybe somebody that is in her 50s or his 50s,
Yes.
that kind of a thing. Is
Yes.
there, can we factor this in?
The truth about it is, the government we are in, can they really pay the IT experts? Yes, that's the question.
Nothing is too much for government. You're talking of government that is in charge of everything.
I'm not, it's not, I asked a question. I said, can they really pay the IT experts? Because these IT people, they are paid, that's how their money comes. Do you understand? They are innovators. They are creators. Do you understand?
Create their money.
They are creators. So that's why I'm trying to suggest what will work. Not going in the angle of what may not work. Okay. I don't want to be cast on in the air. I know that what definitely will work is partnering with the IT experts to train the teachers and then placing at least one IT person to mentor these teachers, to follow up, to ensure that these kids are properly trained according to their interests. Like I initially said, that IT can be split into two. We have the non-coding and the coding aspect of the IT. Then if you discover a child who is technically oriented, who loves programming, you can begin to channel the child towards coding. You know that we are in a world where the robot is about to take over the world.
I know.
There are different, robot can do many, many things, which is now where the word of artificial intelligence, the word of artificial intelligence comes in. If you discover a child who is very, very good in coding, you begin to channel the child into software development, developing artificial intelligence softwares, like all these business management suite that we use to run our business, ERP software, enterprise resource planning softwares, building robots, learning programming languages like Python, which you can use C#, C++, which is where the embedded system comes, that can enable them to build different kind of robot, ranging from humanoids. There are robots that are humanoids that, just like me, the way I am, they reason through the aspect of AI, which is called natural language processing, machine learning. You understand? They can now reason like human. They are trained through machine learning to reason like human being, interact like human being, do virtually everything that human being can do. So that is where I'm coming in. So driving these girls in tech has to come in first, training their tutors. After the tutors are being trained, then the tutors can then impart them. But then we need to, first of all, know their interests. When we introduce them to every aspect of IT, introduce them to the coding and the non-coding aspect of the IT, then allow them to experiment. From experimenting, you know which aspect of the IT the child is doing well. The IT is a broad field. And as long as I'm concerned, the IT drives the world. Whether you are in IT or you are not IT, from government, even farming, irrigation, everything about the world is driven by it. There is no sector now that does not need artificial intelligence or does not need IT experts to function effectively. And that is why we should sing the song of IT. Let's mimic the Indians. And even if we don't get it right like them, let's try small so that IT should be incorporated into the schools, and then these children should at least know how to use computer or know how to use word processing application.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, as we'll start driving towards the end of this program, let's look at the things that a girl child can achieve applying ICT in everything that he does, even in the comfort of his own, even with your phone, this little thing machine in our hands. Okay, what are the things that one can conveniently stay in a room and do that will earn that person money, okay, while the person is going through studies?
ICT, like she said, you have the coding and non-coding. Now, everything is driven by ICT. She's in the aspect of coding, software development, and all that. We in the non-coding aspect have earned our living using our phones and our laptop. I have a master's degree, but I've not even erased my CV to anywhere. Yes, today what I do, and I do it with passion, is that I sell a product. Yes, People will listen and say, you have a master degree. Yes, I said, but what I do? I say Gary. That is what everybody know me. If you're going to why Gary in tech, everybody say it. But because that half of the people that buy this product, I don't even know them. Somebody sent me money from USA last week to supply Gary to the mom at Newi. I've never met that person. It wasn't my first time chatting it. Now, if I can sell something that you get in the open market, utilizing, I want to use the word, utilizing my Facebook and WhatsApp, then what can't you do? The opportunities are just limitless. In fact, my first employment came from utilizing the social media. The first time I earned a living in life was because I go out, look at what the government is doing, post it on social media, and that earned me my first job in the government. I used my phone. I wasn't using camera. I used my phone to do that. Write little content when she talk about content creation and put it. People stay in Lagos selling shoes and bags. Now you are not the one selling. You just go to the person, but how much are you selling? I'm selling 5,000 naira. You come to the Facebook, this thing, I'm selling it at 6,000 naira. They call it drop shipping. People go as long as Happiness is doing software development, and probably she doesn't have so much time to talk about in the social media. I'm a person can come to the social media and advertise that this person is good in ICT, and anybody that wants to learn software development should contact such a person. Probably I have an agreement with that for one person that registered, I have a commission. You're using ICT. It's the same data that you're supposed to have used to dance naked on the social media. It's the same data that you use to make money for yourself. What can you not do with ICT does not exist.
Thank you very much. You might want to come in there to Engineer Happiness.
Thank you. Thank
you
you so
to
much.
broaden the minds of our young girls, what you can benefit using the space in your hands. Okay.
I see that the opportunities surrounding ICT is limitless. It's so much limitless. Like I used to tell my ladies, the community I'm mentoring, I used to tell them, when you come into ICT, know that, one, you've come to the right place where you will make a whole lot of money. Then, put that at your long-term memory. Because I know part of one of the problems I wanted to have initially when I came in, I focused my mind on money making. ICT on its own makes money for you when you have gotten it right. I tell them that I have this mindset of building value around myself through ICT and then attracting money like magnets. I sit down, I get call for money, I get alert by the reason of what I'm doing. For those in the software engineering, a whole lot of them here are working remotely. They are being paid in dollars. They work as front-end developer, they work as back-end developer, they work as data analysts, they work as ICT consultant and ICT project managers. So in that aspect now, so I like ICT is a word that is very broad. When it now comes in the aspect of the content management, you can actually be a blogger, blog whatever. Even as an IT professional, there are a whole lot of IT professionals that are developers. I know a whole lot of them. They develop and blog. What is blogging? Telling the story surrounding your ICT, linking it to other stories that are related, and then having audience that comes to view it, monetizing it, and earning in USD. How do you monetize it? that would be a whole lot of cost. You don't have time for that. So what I'm trying to say is that I encourage my girls, girls in ICT, intending girls in ICT, come to ICT, have the mindset that ICT is a limitless field for you, where you will definitely not be rich, where you will definitely not be poor. You will definitely not be poor, but put it somewhere, get yourself developed, pay attention to training, get skills, get mentors that will expose you to a whole lot of projects, then equip yourself, know that, yeah, you can do it, take project, and then make a whole lot of money. Thank you, ma'am.
Make a whole lot of money. Perhaps that's the last thing I heard, and that's what I'm sure that you heard, because whatever you want to do, I think that's the money thing is the thing that drives us. Okay, you go to school because you want to get a good job, make money, and live a good life. Okay, so have that at the back of your mind as a young girl. As you have heard the girls talk this morning, when we looked at this topic that says empowering our girls through ICT. That's exactly what we've done this morning, as you very much know that today is the International Girls in ICT Day. I'd like to thank this wonderful guest that I had this morning, Engineer Happiness Akabike, founder, 3Gs Global and Software Engineer, and also an experienced young girl that is embedded in system development and the Google developer, co-lead Women in Technology Ambassador. Thank you very much for coming this morning.
Thank you, ma'am.
I think you are loaded. We're going to take you up one day, maybe on one-on-one, then we'll be able to benefit from our girl. No more calls because we are signing off. I also have Chidimma Oramalo. Chidimma is a typical example of what we are saying. Did you hear what she said? That she's making a living through selling Gary online. Just Gary. Online, you make your money. Okay, so she's a big encouragement and a role model to our young girls that stay home and be asking for urgent 2K. Okay, so that kind of a thing, there is a whole lot that you can do with just 1,000 naira data, and you make money and even give out money. That's exactly why we are here for you today. Thank you very much for coming, Chidimma. And it may also interest you that she is the Chief Executive Officer, Sunshine Agro and Stores. So she's a consultant too. Thank you for coming this morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, youngest. You have done it very well. I'm so happy and impressed. And I know that from here, we'll take it up from here. No more urgent 2K. Do something for yourself. You already have the world in your hands with this. Okay? Thank you, the camera guys. Thank you, the MCR guys, led by Amaka and Co. I think I saw Ify now. Okay. Ify, the producer, and a whole lot of them in the house. Thank you. My name is Ijama. Tomorrow is Friday, so let's do it again.